Hey guys, welcome back or to the channel. Why is it whenever I make a video, planes go by, cars go by? I have no idea. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. What are we doing today? You know what? I like having a dash cam in the truck when we're traveling, camping, boondocking, you name it. I like to have it. The problem that we have is when the camper's on the truck, I don't have a backup camera. So we're shopping around online and we came across this rear view mirror dash cam with backup camera by Toguard. 55 Canadian, probably about 40 US, 5-inch screen on it. Is this actually worth it? I don't know. Let's take a look inside the box. Let's get it hooked up and find out. Okay guys, so here's what we have. We have the Toguard FHD rear view mirror 5-inch. Model number here is CE34. So did some research on here. It seemed like an okay rear view mirror camera. We just got this today. We're gonna find out if this is any good. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So it's a very nice box. Let's open this up. See what we got in here. Oh, it's packaged very nicely from what I can see so far. Some little foam on top. Well, look at that. Let's take a look at this.
Happy birthday
Awesome.
to you. Happy birthday to you.
So, as you can see, that looks like that's where the screen is. You've got your mirror, and then you've got your camera. Look, just clips on there. Let's see what else we got in this box. Unboxing sometimes so boring, but very nice packaging. So inside, looks like we have got your 12-volt plug with USB on there. If you want to plug it into your 12 volts or hardwire it in there. It looks like we've got the rubbers for attaching it to your existing rear view mirror and some type of little clip. It looks like we have another USB, I'm guessing for putting this onto your computer or something. And then in here we have your backup camera. Very nice little backup camera. Looks like it plugs in. I'm guessing it goes to your backup light power. I'm thinking about hardwiring this in so I could always have it on, as long as these don't light up all the time. If they do, I have to figure something else out. What else we got in the box? We have got, oh, it's in reverse, so when you put it in your window, it says dash cam recording, little decal by Toguard. Awesome. We have got some little redeem for a free accessory. I wonder if this is legit. Have to figure that out. And then Toguard instructions there, and tells you how to install it. Oh, look at that, it's actually in color. How to install it, how to put it in there. Looks like how to program it. So for $55, this might be quite the thing. Let's see how it works. Let's see how easy it is to install, guys. If you like videos like this, please smash that thumbs up. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you think that there's a better one out there for such a budget price. This is awesome. Let's head to the truck and see what we can do. Okay, guys, so I have a GPS review or GPS dash cam now in the truck. We're actually going to take this down. This has been a good little camera with a built-in GPS. We've had it for years. Marcy bought this for me years ago and it worked really good. But now we have this one, and I'm curious to see how well this is gonna, you know what? This might actually fit. This might actually fit perfect on there. It's just a little short because of the camera lens. And the camera lens is low enough. I was worried about the tent strip across the top of the window. but it looks like it's just going to be low enough. That might be absolutely perfect. So it comes with these little rubber straps, among other things, and it looks like you just put one on the top, on both sides, clip them in there. Oh, easier said than done. Come on, baby. There we go. And then on the bottom. So let's just kind of dry fit this and see how it's going to fit. See if it's going to wrap around it just right. It goes on that side, fits perfect. And then on this side, let's see if it's going to work. It's a nice tight fit. That's not going to move around too bad at all. I like that so far. I can still adjust the mirror so I can see. Awesome. That is awesome. You know what? I haven't hooked up the rear view camera yet, but I am curious how this, oh, this is a really long cord. You can hide this cord up there easy. But let's just take a look and see. I haven't put a memory card in there yet, so we'll have to see how that works. Let's just see if we get power on this. Let's just see, because so far, if you're just looking for a dash cam, that is a pretty simple thing. So let's turn the truck on here. Make sure the radio's turned down. And the heater's turned down. Well, look at that. That is awesome. So it was on. And it is touchscreen, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't get myself in trouble with the copyright there. It's touchscreen. I don't know if you can see that. This dash cam actually is quite nice. I have to go through the settings, figure out how to keep them on. Right now it's telling me it's recording in 1080p HD, but there is no memory card in there. It does allow you to take pictures. This is pretty cool so far. So you can change the resolution. You can turn on the sound. You can turn the sound off. You can put park guard on. This is crazy. Let's finish hooking this up and see what's going to happen, guys.
What's the debate? What are we debating here?
So here's where we are, guys. So far, awesome backup camera and dash cam with a rear view mirror. Awesome so far. So all I've done so far is just plugged it in to the 12-volt plug. Some of you know it as a cigarette lighter. Same idea. But in order for the
It has a really cool picture, actually. It's actually quite cool. For the price, it's awesome.
Yeah. So for the backup camera to work, you have to plug this little camera in here.
Okay.
Now, you can buy the extension to make this longer because it is probably 3 feet too short.
So like what, 20 bucks to buy the extension?
Yeah, I think it's about $20, $25. It's almost half the price of buying this whole kit.
Which kind of defeats the purpose, really, if you're like on a budget.
And
even a birthday budget.
Even a birthday budget. And I'm a cheapskate. I'm poor. I'm really, really poor, guys. No, anyways. So my plan was just to cut the
point of it. Half the price of the cost of it.
I know.
Like that just seems a bit.
So my plan was just to cut the wire, and I've done that a gazillion times. I've cut the wire of something and extended it. But this red wire, I found out, I don't need to use a red wire. It was supposed to turn on the backup camera when you put it in reverse. The whole idea is I can't see out my back window with the camper on it, so I wanted that camera to stay on all the time just by hitting a button. And I was going to put a toggle switch in, but the settings in this cool mirror, you can leave it on anyways. You don't even need to put the little red wire on to the power of your backup.
So the red wire attaches to your backup. So when you put it in reverse, it plunks on the backup camera, right?
Exactly.
And when you don't have it in reverse, the camera's not on. It's just facing forward. Is that the premise? Okay,
exactly.
But you can just touch the buttons and do that. You don't need a wire to do that.
Yeah, and there's no buttons because it's touch screen. It's awesome.
Okay, well.
So I was going to cut this, but when I look at the pins, there's 5 pins in there. So my concern is when I cut this, is there going to be 5 wires in here that I need to solder and heat shrink and all that fun mumbo jumbo stuff?
So you're just used to doing 2, but you might have to do 5. It's doable. It's just more work to do it and more option for it to have issues.
No, because I'll solder it and heat shrink it. But is it worth spending the extra $25 for an extension cord?
Well, here's my question. So if it's $25 for the extension cord, does it plug into that existing cord or does it take the place of that existing cord?
It plugs in and just lengthens it.
Oh, so fuck up this cord, then what happens?
I buy a new camera.
For reals? You can't just get the plug-in part?
Oh, I could.
Can you just get the plug-in part? I'm just saying, if for some reason you're really good at this stuff, but if something, oh sorry, you can bleep me. if you mess it up, is it attached like you just plug in that cord and you can just buy a new cord, or like if you mess it up, we're hooped and you gotta buy a whole new camera?
No, here's the funny thing is,
that's my only question.
I can buy
otherwise,
this,
why not give it a shot?
I can buy this cord with this little backup camera for $15. This is $15. You can buy this
Seriously?
for $15. So I'm sure I can buy a replacement cord. So because
well then there's the answer. Just give her a try.
I think we should just cut it.
You can do it.
I think we just cut it. I'll make sure I cut the part that's inside the truck. So all this insulated cord's on the outside of the truck. Let's see how this goes, guys.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
So we decided we were going to cut the wire. So
well, let's be honest. We didn't decide. You were peeling it back to see if you could see how many wires there were, and it happens.
And I broke a wire. The wires are super, super, super thin, guys. So if you're going to do it this way.
How many wires first? How many wires are in there?
There's 5 wires in there.
In that little teeny, well, no wonder they're so small. Okay.
And they're very, very, very fine wires. So what I did is I actually had some Cat 5 wire, which normally you wouldn't use for electrical. But
what is Cat 5 wire?
It's actually computer wire. So you can see just how thin this wire actually is. You can barely tell.
There. That's a better angle. It's pretty thin.
It's super, super thin.
It would have to be to fit in that casing.
So what I did is I cut it, and we're adding about 3 feet on, which would be perfect. So what I've actually done is I cut the wire, peel back the outer casing, and
exposed all 5 wires.
Exposed all 5 wires, tried to match up the colors, soldered it, and then put some heat shrink on it.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man solder.
And then put some heat shrink on it. Now what's going to happen, I'm going to put heat shrink on the whole thing, and then before it goes under the truck, I'm actually going to put wire loom on it. So if you actually look over here.
In the work area. Excuse the mess, people.
I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this is the actual wiring.
Yes. Oh my, okay.
From the cable that comes with the backup camera.
No, not bad. Okay.
So
you get the gist.
It's very, very tiny. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, once that's on there, we're going to put some of this wire loom around it as well. So while it's under the truck, it's going to be nice and secure. Since there try that again. So since there isn't any high voltage going through these wires, it's just video. It really doesn't matter too much, especially since it's just for the backup camera. We're not running 12 volts through it.
But it's still electrical underneath your truck, so take all precautions.
Because
here at Camping with Clammy, we're all about safety.
We are. You missed it. I did have my safety glasses on while I was soldering. I did. Honest I did. It's not fun. So I've managed to solder them all up. Just putting the heat shrink on there now.
Jeez, that's a lot. And how do you know if it works or not?
Well, that's the fun part. After all this, I know if it works once I put it in the truck.
Magnifying glasses probably would have been a thing. You think?
Magnifying glass would have been a thing, so I can see. Because I'm old and I'm blind.
No, it's just little teeny tiny wires.
So I've got the heat shrink on there, but you know, I like a little bit of extra protection since it's going to be outside, even though it's going to be inside wire loom. I'm putting a little bit of electrical tape on the outside, and then...
So you heat shrink it, and now you're going to electrical tape it.
I'm overkilling it.
Well, better safe than sorry.
I like overkill. And then we're going to put wire loom on it when we put it out underneath the truck. But the only way to know if this is going to work
is to hook her up.
Let's
do this thing.
Okay, so it's time to get this cable in for the backup camera. So what I've done so far is I've just ran the cord from on top of the mirror there up against the window, and then it's going to go down the pillar, down the side of the door. I lifted up the carpet here, so underneath here there is a grommet to get underneath the truck. I'm going to run it underneath the truck and all the way back to the end. So I'm not sure how well you can see that, but I took the wire and I wrapped it in wire loom. Might be overkill, but it is going to be underneath the vehicle, so better be safe than sorry. And as you can see, it's coming out from the floor. It's going along the frame. And then all I have to do is attach the rest of it. Okay, so it's all ran underneath the truck, and it's just above the trailer hitch. I put on the bumper for two reasons. First reason is gets a good picture when tailgate's down, and I can also line it up to hook up a trailer. Awesome, let's take a look inside, make sure everything works. Okay guys, so when you start up the truck, I'm going to start up the truck right away. It's going to be a bit loud, but I'll show you. So that is the camera with the square of the backup. So you can always see the back. You just tap on it. You can have a split screen of both. Tap on it, front again. Tap on it, and there's the back. So that's always on. So if you have it on this one here, as soon as you put it in reverse, it gives you the backup with the lines. Awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So guys, I guess the real question is this Toguard 5-inch display really worth it? Couple of things to take in mind. I went with a 5-inch display. I was really happy to buy the 5-inch display because I still wanted some of my rear view mirror. I didn't want it to all be a digital screen. I still wanted to be able to see in the back seat the whole 9 yards. So the 5-inch works great. You have the front facing dash cam, you have the back camera, plus you have a reverse cam. $40 US, 55 Canadian. I think this is definitely worth it. Guys, if you like videos like this, please smash that thumbs up. As Marcy would normally say if she was here, don't forget to subscribe and ding that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time we put out a video. Thanks so much guys, and we will see you in the next upload.